Hi guys, hope you guys are having a wonderful day or night wherever you are in the world. Paul here. On this video, I'd just like to talk about certain questions that I've been receiving for quite some time now. It's about my old band. The band that recorded Mahal Pa Rin Kita and Parting Time. You know the name of the band that I'm talking about, right? There's been many questions like, why did you leave? Why did you leave the country? Why did you leave the band? Questions like that. What happened? Were you guys not getting along? Or are you coming back to Philippines? Are you gonna go back to the Philippine music industry? Questions like these. Well, it's a pretty long story. Okay? I'm gonna answer them one by one. Okay, the first question, what happened to the band? I'm going to name the band the Parting Time Band, okay? I'm not going to name the name because you guys already know that I do not like the name. That's why we changed the name to Arcasia. Okay, because as far as the Western people are concerned, you know, that name, it's not a band name, you know. It's, how do I explain this? It's like, have you heard of a band called The Very Good Band? Have you heard of a band called The Great Band? No, right? Have you heard of a band called The Amazing? No, right? Have you heard of a band called The Wealthy? No, right? Have you heard of a band called The One and Only? Those are not names. Those are adjectives. Those are the things you say before or after a name. You understand? So I did not like the name, but because I wanted to get into the music industry so bad, because I come from a poor family. We are not very well off, you know, as some people might think, you know. I mean, our family is okay now, but back then when I was young, not so. My father was a chef at the Subic Naval Base. Yes, he also was a bus driver. And he's a very industrious man. He managed to get us a house, you know. So, you know, I grew up living in our own house. We were not renting. But we are not rich. There are many musicians that come from well-off family. When I was growing up, we were having financial struggles. Me, Alan, and Hazel, we do not come from well-off family. You know, Norman and Rodell were doing better. Their families were a little bit better off compared to ours, compared to me and Alan and Hazel. Now, when I wanted to get into the industry, when I wanted to get signed up, I went to Manila and presented my demos to various record labels, right? But I did not get anybody's attention. So during those days, it was a cassette tape, right? So I went there and presented my demo to Viva, Octo Arts, ABS-CBN, to Warner, MCA Universal. I presented my demo tape to these, you know, Vicor Records. So I couldn't get in. My first recording experience in a recording studio was with a band based in Olongapo City that was Norman Kimson's band before. The band was called Jukebox, and they were signed up with ABS-CBN. And their first album made a gold record award, and their second album I was included. So Norman and Jong Azores got me in. They were basically the controllers of the band, because Norman and Jong were the songwriters of the band, the Jukebox. And I got to join the band, and that was my first experience in a recording studio in Manila. Yeah, it was great. And then time went on. I wanted to do my own thing, you know. I kept presenting demos and all that, but I wasn't getting any attention. there was a time that in 1990, I went to Japan as an overseas contract worker as a musician. We were playing in bars and pubs there in Japan. And then there I met Rosano de Jesus. He's our bass player in Japan. Me and him did not really play together, but we worked for the same company. We had 4 or 5 bands playing for that same company, and we're all friends, of course. So one of our bass players, within the 5 bands, one of the bass players was Rosano de Jesus. We call him Ross. So Ross and I became friends, of course. As time went on, Ross heard my demo. Ross started his own bar in Angeles, in the Fields. You call it the Fields. And then this place was full of bars. Hooker bars, karaoke bars, you name it. There are some bars with live music there too. And Ross opened up a bar there, and his bar was very successful. And then he had this customer who always went to his bar. He and Ross became friends because they're both musicians, of course. So Ross called me up and said, "Hey, Paul, I know this guy. He's one of my regular customers in my bar. His name is Benny Saturno." And I'm like, "Okay, so what's up?" "Well, I gave him your demo tape, and I think he's interested." "Well, why? What is he?" "Well, he's very connected in the business. He has produced many records. He's basically a producer. He can represent you to get in the music industry." And I'm like, "Wow, interesting." So Ross set up a meeting. "Okay, Paul, why don't you come over to my bar and then have a drink with me and Benny, and then we can chat a little bit and see what happens." So that's what we did. I came over from Olongapo. I went to Angeles, and that's how we met. I met Benny right there. We had a little bit of a drink. He said he liked the song Sinta a lot. Sinta, right? And I'm like, okay, cool. But then again, as time went on, so he did hook us up. He says, let's call the band Rockstar. And I'm like, I don't like the name, but you know what? Because I really wanted to get in the industry. Okay, fine. I'll take it. Maybe after one album we'll just change it. That was what was in my heart and the band members' hearts. We were all thinking the same thing. You know, Rodel, Alan, Norman. You know. So we changed the name to Arcasia after the first album. Simple as that. And why did I leave the band? That's the second question. Actually, I did not leave the band. I just went solo because I have so many ideas and things I wanted to do. But you know, I didn't really get to do most of the things I wanted to do because you know, I got controlled by the producers. You know, it's like, Paul, it's got to be this, got to be this. So so we did the Wishing Heart album, and then later on, my deal with Viva was over. So I got signed with MCA Universal. Same thing. They wanted this, they wanted that. They wanted to turn me into a matinee idol, like a handsome, cute boy. I didn't want that. I wanted to be a band. I wanted to be like Bryan Adams, you know. Bryan Adams is a band. Huey Lewis is a band, you know. Huey Lewis and the News. I wanted to be Sapiera as a band, you know. Although I am the leader, yeah, of course it's me. It's my band, but I wanted to be a band, you know. Yeah, that's what I wanted. And then every time we went on TV, you know, I keep telling the producers, hey, I need to have a drummer with me and a bassist and a keyboard player next to me every time we go on TV. But the producer's saying, no, just you with a microphone, that's it. And I'm like, I went on TV and newspapers and magazines and all that, promoted Bakit Sinta. Yeah, Bakit Sinta made #1. Fine. Okay, good. Great. Thanks. But, that's not what I wanted. I didn't want to stand on TV, just me, not holding a guitar. There's no drummer behind me. There's no bassist by my side. There's no pianist by my side. I didn't want that. I wanted always to be on TV with a band. That's what I wanted. But the producers, they keep saying, no, just you and the microphone. That's it. And I'm like, is this going to be my image? I didn't want to be like this. So I got an offer to play overseas again, and this time it's the overseas offer was by a Filipino bar owner in Dubai. And he's such a nice guy. His name was Santi. So I took that offer. I'm like, sorry, Philippines. Sorry, fans. I gotta go. I don't want to be a solo artist like that. I don't want to appear on TV without a guitar, without a drummer, bass player, and a pianist. I don't want to be like that. So that was 1999. I left. So during 2000, I was already in Dubai. Yeah, that's it, And I never released anything ever since. I just started producing records again when I met Steve Fuller, because him and I really got along so well. He's such a great drummer. And because of him, really, I was encouraged to get back to producing records again. That's why now we have the Sapiera 2020 album, which is in the playlist within the Sapiera YouTube channel, right? So the first track we recorded was Matay Lumuluha, and then Puro Kalokohan, and then we were happy, and then we did another one, Home Now. In Abu Dhabi, I recorded a song called Play for the Star. I actually uploaded that song in MySpace. Do you remember MySpace? Yeah. And then just like that, did it. And then later on, we produced Like an Eagle. Yeah, people are responding well to Like an Eagle. They like that song. What else? Doctor. Doctor. Yeah, I've noticed that most of the people that like the song Doctor are Westerners, not really Filipinos. Filipinos are more into the ballad, like Matay Lumuluha. And of course, Filipinos will always like Tagalog, right? That's why Puro Kalokohan is doing so well. It's getting good response from the fans, So yeah, and then we did Satisfaction Tonight. Satisfaction Tonight, Steve did a great drum line with Satisfaction Tonight. It was great, So yeah, that's how it goes. So I have nothing against Hazel or Norman or Odell or Alan. I just went my own way because there are things I wanted to do. It's that simple as that. I mean, look at Norman. He's recorded his own stuff, right? Alan has his own originals too, and he's recording. I think they got it in some internet site wherein you can avail of Norman's music. I can't remember what the name of the site was, but yeah. So for those of you who think that I don't get along with the boys anymore, I'm talking about the Parting Time Band. You know what I mean? No, we are friends. We're great. We text each other, we say hello, Kids are growing up now, And now I got my son Easy Mill, he's in the rap world, he's got a lot of fans in the rap world. And like when he does his rap thing, he blows me away like, whoa, son, you're doing great. And our kids, me, Alan, Rodell, and Hazel and Norman, our kids now are grown up. Time flies. I can't believe it's been 30 years already since we released the Parting Time album, Yeah, time flies. There you go. I hope that clears everything up. And okay, one more question. So, Mr. Paul, are you coming back to Philippines? Of course, I always go to Philippines to see my mother, right? I just don't tell the people. I don't post it on Facebook or anything like that. It's private. I want to see my mom. It's family, right? I could be there right now if there's no COVID. It's just too much hassle to go, stay in quarantine and all that, you know. So yeah, I do go to Philippines. I just don't do shows. I only stay 5 days, maybe 10 days just to be with my mother, and then go back to Hong Kong again and gig. I've been living in Hong Kong for 17 years now. Yeah. So, am I gonna get back together with the Parting Time band? Of course. Why not? Right? Say, for example, the COVID pandemic is over and things are back to normal, gigs are back to normal and all that. If there's a concert producer out there who hires us to do a show, we'll do it. Oh, yeah? If the money is right, right? Of course, it's about the money and the conditions, Okay, guys, I hope that clarifies everything. I love Hazel and Rodell and Norman and Alan. I love the boys. I will love them forever. It's just up to the concert producers if they're, if there's money in it, why not, right? If there's money in it. Music is business. I love you guys. I know what you want. You want me to go back? Well, if you have rich friends, right? Or politician friends, or friends that are concert promoters, go talk to them. Call them, email them, text them. Tell them, hey, please hire the Parting Time band for a concert in our town, in our province, in our city. Please hire them. Go to them, talk to them. Find some rich guys out there, or somebody with connections or somebody who knows how to produce concerts, Or if you can organize a concert, you yourself can organize a concert, well, email me. My email is all over the YouTube channel. Just go to the About section. My email is right there. Email me. Yeah, we'll do it. If the price is right. Of course, right? And nothing would make me happier than to see you guys, right? The last time I did a show with the boys, with the Parting Time guys, was in Olongapo City in in 2000, I think, 2005, I think. I'm not sure. I can't remember. It was at a bar, and we had a great time, yeah. It's on YouTube, All right. Okay, guys. Just remember, I do love the fans, and I do read all your messages in the inbox. There's so many. It's ridiculous. Hundreds and hundreds of fans, it's you can't just reply to everybody, right? I do, listen to your suggestions and questions. I do read them, right? So yeah, that's it. I hope that clarifies things. I love you guys, and the Parting Time boys love you as well. And when the pandemic is over, if you know any concert organizers, yeah, organize a concert and then email me. Okay? Simple as that. Love you guys.